I suffer from SAD, which means for me this time of year sucks. There's a difference between feeling sad and suffering from SAD. That's because feeling sad is generally due to a specific event, like someone dying, ending a friendship, or breaking up with a loved one, while suffering from SAD is a type of depression brought about by the change of the seasons. SAD is an acronym for Seasonal Affective Disorder. It's also sometimes known as winter depression. Basically, when the autumn or fall, for our American friends, comes around, the length of the day shortens and the level of natural light drops. It is thought that this has an effect on part of the brain called the hypothalamus, which regulates certain metabolic processes and other activities of the autonomic nervous system. Suffering from SAD may affect the production of melatonin, serotonin, and one's circadian rhythm, or if you prefer, your body clock. As I'm sure you are well aware, melatonin is a hormone that makes you feel sleepy. In people with SAD, the body may produce it in higher than normal levels. Serotonin is a hormone that affects your mood, appetite and sleep. A lack of sunlight may lead to lower serotonin levels, which is linked to feelings of depression. While the circadian rhythm, or your body's internal clock, uses sunlight to time various important functions, such as when you wake up. So lower light levels during the winter may disrupt your body clock and lead to symptoms of SAD. All the sciencey bit aside, the UK's National Health Service says the symptoms of SAD can include a persistent low mood, a loss of pleasure or interest in normal everyday activities, irritability, feelings of despair, guilt and worthlessness, feeling lethargic and sleepy during the day, sleeping for longer than normal and finding it hard to get up in the morning, and craving carbohydrates and gaining weight. For some people, these symptoms can be severe and have a significant impact on their day-to-day activities. For me, the effects vary year to year. I can range anywhere from being a bit glum to wanting it all to be over. It makes me want to sleep during the day and stay up all night. It makes me less of a pleasure to live with as my patience becomes much shorter. Basically, it makes me a miserable sod and no fun to be around. I've also noticed that I seem to be slightly thicker. I miss things, I slow down. What is the miracle cure for this, I hear you ask? Well, there isn't one. But there are things that you can do to help. Get as much natural light as possible and supplement that with a thing called a light box. This produces a light in a very specific frequency band that simulates natural light. The weird thing is that I'm always reticent to use it, but it makes me feel better when I do. One of the problems with it is that you have to sit really quite close to it for a considerable length of time for it to have an effect. You can also exercise regularly. This is all well and good, but one of the things about this time of year is that the weather is often miserable, which tends to put one off going outside to do anything active, and there's no way we can afford to go to the gym. If you suffer really badly from it, which I assure myself I do not, then you might like to try counselling or even antidepressants. Strangely, I find chocolate helps. It makes me fat though. The good news is that come the spring, the light returns and the despair goes away. The problem that I have with SAD is being exacerbated this year by the other things going on in our lives. We're constantly skint, in part because of the collapsing video production industry, and while we are excited about doing this YouTube thing full time, as yet it's not meeting our financial needs. The lack of light and the worry culminate in an unhappy bunny. So if I seem a little less than my usual happy and exuberant self, I apologise. There's those feelings of despair, guilt and worthlessness I was talking about earlier. In case you're wondering, I'm not telling you any of this for sympathy. I feel the need to tell you for two reasons. Firstly, I feel that I have to explain why I am not quite myself at this time of year. And secondly, I want to make sure that people know about this condition in case you or someone you know is suffering in the same way. It helps to be able to put a name to it, to begin to deal with it. Anyway, the upshot is that if, like me, you are suffering at this time of year, you have my sincere sympathies. At the end of a serious video like this, I think it's a bit off to hawk our merchandise that you can find at somethingvloggy.uk/shop, or to encourage you to share, watch our other videos and subscribe to our channel, not forgetting to click the little bell to get notifications about our new films. But as we're here,